I want to get right started into our first guest, and it's 1,200 miles, 2 women, 1 emotional journey.
A special showing of the film Blood Road in honor of Veterans Day will be part of the Mountain Film on Tour in Savannah Festival. The documentary festival that touches a variety of important issues returns to Savannah next weekend. And joining us, the from the board member, Pete Hoffman. Good morning.
Pete, how are you? Good to see you.
Thanks for being
here. Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier that I thought this was a bit of a departure for Mountain Film because I'm so used to all the very outdoorsy type and the very action films and all that. This is a little bit different, but really it's kind of what Mountain Film does.
It really is. You're absolutely right. You know, Mountain Film, its mission is to educate and inspire through film. And this film fits perfectly in that. This is the 4th year in a row that we've done a film leading up to Veterans Day. And this film in particular has all the aspects that you were talking about. It's got endurance bicycling, it's got beautiful scenery, but it really focuses on the Vietnam War and some of the impacts of that. The film follows a lady named Rebecca Rush, whose father was shot down in Vietnam over the Ho Chi Minh Trail. He was an Air Force pilot. His remains were really not identified, and the crash site wasn't identified for about 30 years. And once that happened, Rebecca, who is now a world-renowned bicyclist, made the commitment that she was going to ride the 1,200 miles along the Ho Chi Minh Trail to get to that site. But there's so many angles that make it interesting. And for instance, she rides along with a Vietnamese bicyclist whose father also fought in Vietnam War, but on the opposing side. Yeah. And so you see a lot of closure here. So we're going to be having the film at 6:30 on the 9th of November.
9th, right? Okay.
Prior to that is going to be a reception for an hour. Then we're going to show the film, and we're going to end it with a panel discussion. And that panel discussion includes one Colonel Pat Blassie, who her tie to this is that she is an Air Force colonel whose older brother was also shot down in Vietnam, and his remains also went unidentified for a very long time. Matter of fact, he was actually in the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington for a while before Colonel Blassie and her family were able to identify those remains.
And you also have a Vietnam expert coming in from Harvard for this, don't you?
Well, we have a couple of experts. The panel discussion at the end is going to be very and every time we've done this for the past 3 years, the panel discussion has brought sort of closure to the film that we just saw, because in the audience we're going to have veterans, but we're going to have other people as well that just want to learn. So we welcome everybody to come out and join us.
Awesome. And Service Brewing obviously has a close tie.
Absolutely.
Kevin Ryan is a veteran himself.
That's correct. And they've done so much for the veteran community, and we appreciate them using this venue. There's something for everybody. You know, I talked about the scenery and the veteran tie, but there's also going to be beer from Service Brewery. So there's good reason for everybody to come out and join us.
And it just continues to give much-needed attention to the Vietnam War, Vietnam veterans that they didn't necessarily get when they came home.
That's correct. That's correct. And we try to focus on different veterans every year. Like I said, we've had a focus on World War II vets. Last year we did a film about Afghan vets. This year, the veterans of Vietnam, and we encourage everybody to come out and get a glimpse of that country and a glimpse of, from both sides, the impact and the scars.
Yeah, because it does concentrate on Vietnamese as well. So it's Blood Road at Service Brewery, November 9th, 5:30 showing, followed by that fascinating panel discussion. Thanks so much for being here, part of Mountain Film on tour in Savannah.
And I do want to say that it's free to veterans.
Free to veterans.
Any veteran that wants to come in, just come in and you get a free entry.
Fantastic. Pete, thank you so much.
Thank you.